Hey, what's up? This is Will from Creeper, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I would like to welcome you to round 3 with Will from Creeper. Hello.
Hello again.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining me again.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on. I think first thing that I do have to start off asking, because every time I come out of a Creeper interview, I always hear some really good recommendations movie-wise from you. So, have you seen anything good as of late?
Oh, what have I seen recently? Oh my god, I haven't seen anything for a while actually because we've just been away so much. I'm trying to think of the last thing we watched. I haven't got anything good for you this time. I'm going to fail you. I'm sorry. Literally, we've been on tour. We've just been almost constant this year, so I've had not a chance to see anything. So.
Is it hard to sneak movies in? Like even when you're driving place to place, you just want to sleep?
Ian can do it. I kind of get sick when I watch them on the road. Like
okay.
I used to try and watch them on my laptop, but it kind of makes me feel a little bit ill. So.
Motion sickness, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I know in our first 2 interviews we really did cover Eternity in Your Arms.
Yeah.
DB record release, still playing it, loving it to this day. But the biggest question going into this interview, and I kind of heard you talking about it a bit before, but next record, what do you guys have going on?
We're kind of being asked about that quite a lot at the moment, but nothing's like set in stone with it. Like it's not like we're not even sure if we're going to do it yet. It's kind of like weighing up all our options and seeing what we would do if we were to do it. So it's at the moment it's a big question mark for us. So it's exciting, but like it's been so much effort and such a journey going through this year on this record that to start to think about the next one and seems like impossible at the moment a little bit.
Well, in celebration of the album's release, I created a little game that I wanted to play called Darling or Misery. So I'm going to say a word. If you like the word, it's darling. If you don't, misery.
Okay.
All right, you ready for it?
Sure.
First one, roller coasters.
Darling.
Emojis.
Misery.
Tofu.
Darling.
Red lipstick.
Darling.
Swimming.
Darling.
Lip piercings.
Darling.
Cats.
Darling.
And when people wear colored pants.
Oh, so pants like trousers?
Yeah.
Like, okay, misery.
Misery, okay. We'll never see you rocking like a bright pair of jeans.
I used to have
trousers.
a pair of red jeans when I was really young, and so my uncle told me I looked like a clown, and so
Really?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, I know.
I think you said misery to emojis as well there. So
I know, I'm not very good with emojis.
Okay.
I always feel like when people text me, they use loads of emojis, but like, I never put them back in the text. I never know what to do, you know?
I know there are a lot of purple hearts though going around.
That's the only one we use.
Yeah.
That one or like the skull, the little skull emoji.
Yeah.
Do you use a lot of emojis?
Once in a while. I like the cry laugh one because I feel like it explains quite a bit. Just throw it out there. You're
I kind of like the smile as well. This one kind of that goes.
The smirky one.
The smirky smile.
Yeah.
I like that one as well.
You mentioned how you've been touring a lot lately, and as of right now, you have hit the road with Neck Deep. And the coolest thing is, so many people are tweeting your way because I see all the retweets coming. This is like our 3rd time seeing you, our 4th time seeing you over here. So does that kind of shock you when you hear that?
Oh, it's amazing. Like it's so weird because when I think about the first few times we were here, it seemed so vast. The country was so big, and we could only do so much of it at a time. And it seemed like no one knew us, and we were playing like really, really small shows. And so it's after the Warped Tour last year and coming back this time around, like it's just amazing to see like you go, oh, we met before, and so suddenly we have all these friends here now, and it's got like it's really kind of you can see it going the same way as the UK, like in a very small way. So it's yeah, it's amazing. It's really exciting.
That's super gratifying.
It is.
Are there any bands that you've seen for a 2nd or 3rd time?
I've seen bands loads of times, yeah. I think I've seen Alkaline Trio more than I've seen any other band in my life. Yeah, I've seen them maybe 15 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot of times. I saw AFI a lot of times. Recently, I've seen Neck Deep a lot of times.
I didn't even think of it on the touring front, eh? Yeah. You might beat the trio one then, because I think you may have seen Neck Deep a few more than 15.
I've seen Pierce the Veil more than 15 times. I've probably seen All Time Low more than that. I've seen a lot of bands more than 15 times on touring. Yeah.
What was the first show you ever went to?
I went to Ozfest in 2001. I was a little kid, and my older cousin took me, and it was to see Black Sabbath because I loved Black Sabbath when I was a kid, and so I went to see Tony Iommi and play with Black Sabbath, and it was just amazing.
It's a badass first concert.
Yeah, I'm always really proud of that one. It makes me seem a lot cooler than I am.
And recently had a headline gig back home. Apparently security counted 271 crowd surfers.
Yeah, that was back in December, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's been crazy. The UK is such a mad place for us at the moment. And it's funny because we spent so long doing this, like in the UK, where we just tour and open shows. And in our first year as a band, we only toured the UK. We didn't go to mainland Europe. And we just did these support slots and just kind of worked and worked and worked. And then, like, out of nowhere last year, like the amount of people that came to see us just started getting ridiculous, and it's really lovely. It's really lovely playing in the UK. It sucks now that we can't really do it so much because we're at a point now where like we're about to go out with All Time Low in these arenas with them when we get back from this immediately when we get back. So we're supporting there, but like a lot of the time we have to headline to play over there now because we're at that sort of size. But that means we can only really play a couple of times a year because you can only really headline the UK. It's such a small place. It's kind of like the size of a state over here or something, you know. So it's tricky sometimes to know what to do, but we're incredibly lucky to have that, you know.
When you go to shows, are you right in that mosh pit, or do you stay a bit back? What's your...
I think I'm in I'm in mosh retirement now. I'm so battered from just touring myself over the years, and but like I appreciate watching bands from the side as well to see how they work because I do this every day. So watching another band put on a show is, it's still just as fun as it is for me when I used to first go because you appreciate it from a different vantage point, I suppose.
Is it just an appreciation thing, or maybe also picking up a couple things here and there?
Oh
seeing
yeah,
how it's run,
I steal stuff from everybody.
I remember the first time I saw a photo of you guys before we met when I was just getting into the music, and I just thought this band has such a cool aesthetic. So when you think back when you were growing up, are there any fads fashion-wise that you went through that you're either embarrassed of or really proud of?
Oh my god, I had so many bad ones. I was really involved in like punk rock and I loved the Misfits, so I had a devil lock when I was a kid. I had, when I was really young, I was really into yo-yos when I was a kid. And there was this European guy called Johans, and he used to wear a Kangol hat backwards. And so I got a Kangol hat and wore that backwards to school. It was a really awful look, that was. I guess I was just really into like, mainly it was because of music. So I had like, kind of not a million miles away from what I'm wearing right now. Like I had like really tight jeans and like a variety of haircuts. I had a cut once where I had all my hair really long, and I just clipped all the back of my hair off, so it was like super short.
Okay.
Like a really embarrassing. It's a really embarrassing haircut. And when it was my birthday back in January, and my friend really nicely shared that photo again for everyone to see. So yeah, I've had some really bad haircuts in my time.
And with yo-yoing, did that just come as a kid and you're like, this is fun, you're actually good at it? Or
in the UK, it was a really big thing.
Was it?
You know, like now everyone's really into iPads or something. We just were into yo-yos. And so, and in fact, my dad bought me a yo-yo for Christmas this year because he remembered how much I liked them when I was a kid.
Awesome.
And so I was just doing like tricks and stuff when I was, like I was 13 again.
So tricks, you're pretty good.
I wasn't even 13, I was so much younger than that. Why am I saying I was 13? I'm making it sound such a dork. Yeah, I wasn't that good. I was okay.
Well, we of course have to discuss wrestling. Just keep this going because
Sure.
I know it's a big passion of both of ours. Being in a band, if you could play any wrestler down that ramp, who would you just love to do that for?
We've been trying to, there's a wrestler in the UK called Jimmy Havoc, who's been a fan of the band for a while, and we were big fans of his, and he asked us to write him a theme song, so we've been trying to find time to do that for him.
That's awesome.
So we'd like to do something for him. That'll be my main one. I'd love to do something that someone who hasn't got a specific song yet, and be the creators of that original theme tune, rather than have to reinvent something, you know?
Yeah, that'd be absolutely
So that'd be cool. I guess, the music's such a big part of wrestling as well, you know?
Yeah.
And we just had a song on NXT TakeOver, just now, and so that was a real trip for me growing up. I remember staying up to watch it, and when it came on, I was waking my girlfriend up, being like, "Wake up, wake up!" She had no idea why it was important.
And when you were growing up, did you ever want to wrestle? Not necessarily on the big stage or anything, but was it something that you tried, or was it just watching?
We used to wrestle in the garden all the time, you
Yeah?
know. Me and my brother and all our people from around our neighbourhood. I've never been a very athletic guy though. I've always been very tiny, and my bones are very brittle. So I'm not really one for sports, and I don't I think what I liked about wrestling the most was I was never into sports. but I love like the storytelling and the creative and the aesthetic of things, and the dress up. I guess that really appeals to me. So that's kind of why I like wrestling, I suppose. Even though I've grown to really appreciate the athletic prowess that it takes to do that. In fact, one of Net Deep's friends, this girl called Alex, came to the show the other day, and she's a wrestler, and was teaching us all wrestling moves.
Oh,
and we were all
nice.
super kicking each other and chopping each other and stuff.
I like how when you say super kicking each other, you like hit your legs. You know it.
Yeah, man.
You mentioned loving people dressing up. So who were some of those people? When I hear of dressing up, I think of the classics like Macho Man when they're over the top and like the superhero looking people.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously Undertaker was like my favorite when I was a kid. But I guess like it was like the showmanship of that and the pageantry of it all. I think when you watch WrestleMania for the first time, you see that huge intro package that makes it seem like the world's ending when you're watching it. In fact, we were watching the Super Bowl the other day, and I was like, "This is where WrestleMania have taken all their stuff from. It's all from here," because I've never seen that before, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's like that kind of sense of grandeur and like how epic that feels. That's what I really like about it. But the Undertaker is the ultimate one, I think. Did you see the 25th anniversary Raw the other night? And I don't know whether he was wearing a wig or something, but he had his hair back as well. And that's such a big deal to me that he had his hair, you know?
Did you notice that he didn't have his hat or the gloves because he left them in the ring when he supposedly
I didn't
retired?
notice that. Oh my god.
Little Easter egg right there.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Every day is a school day. I've learned something today, haven't I?
Just to wrap things up, I want to leave it back to the fans. Is there anything you would like to say? Because even though we just spoke, I think it was a few months back, so much has happened for you guys.
Yeah, it's been such a crazy year. Like, our record's almost been out a year now, and like a year to next month it would have been out a year, and it's such a crazy time. Thank you very much for everyone who's come out to see us in Canada and America. I can't believe that it's so good. Thank you very much for coming. I hope we'll see you again next time you come.
Beautifully put. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Not at all. It's good to see you.
You as well. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at musicblogger.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more. See ya.